Ni hao, and welcome back to the Chinese campaign. So, first off, we got a pretty big battle ahead of us here. Sadly, Moo Deng is, well, she teleported back to port for repair. So you got the Hifa, Nanning, and Wuxi, and they are probably still kind of low on ammo. They should have some ammunition replenished since last month, but yeah, we're not sinking all of this. But I will try to sink their battleship. And maybe a couple of these heavy cruisers, if possible. And then, once I've sunk what I want to sink, we're just gonna get out of here. Yeah, their light cruisers are a little bit faster than our ships, but not much. Yeah, I think this is doable. Well, not doable as in sink all of them, but sink the battleship and do some damage and be happy with that. Take what we can get. Alright. That's a pretty big battleship too. Let's see. Let's organize here. Battlecruisers already following the battleship. That is fine. Yeah, heavy cruisers are also low on ammunition. Yeah, we don't have much in terms of ammo. The light cruisers are pretty much fully stocked. I'm gonna follow the heavies for now. The DDs have all gotten their torpedoes replenished. Seems like torpedo replenishment is a lot more effective than other ammunition. Yeah, 96 rounds of AP, 109, 109. How far out is that enemy battleship? It should be the first ship we spot. So that is fine. There we go. San Luis. Wow. That is a lot of armor. That is one very, very chunky battleship. It's got good range, but kind of tiny guns. Let's take a look at this thing. It's a $9 billion battleship, so sinking it is worth quite a few victory points. But can we sink it though with our 16-inch guns and all of that armor? 15.5 main deck. We can pen that at around 30,000 meters. I'm just gonna turn the guns off on my capital ships until we get a little bit closer. I don't want them just wasting all their ammo at max range. So we can close in a little bit. And I want to drop down to cruising speed to absolutely maximize what accuracy I can get. Their battleship is already firing, but with only 13-inch guns, it's not too much of a threat. Heavy cruisers are opening up. I'm gonna do one volley of torpedoes. And then pull back. "33 kilometers, good enough." And let's see. Secondaries on the heavy cruisers. My heavy cruisers can use their ammo, what they have left, and target the enemy light cruisers. Let's see. I think I just want to detach all of these. And retreat. 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 I was hoping the rest of the enemy fleet would be centered around the battleship, but it seems the AI has just completely stopped doing that. It used to be their favorite tactic. Which means my torpedoes probably will not be doing too much. Also, you guys will be firing off your AP first, not your HE. Let's select a couple of different targets here. Spread out the love. We get a torpedo hit on San Luis. Just one. Are we gonna get more? No. That was it. We're getting partial pens with the 16s. It's a huge DD flotilla. Okay, I think we're about to forget about the battleship for now. Just take out the cruisers. No, 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 no. Did not want you to move out. That was supposed to be a firing order. that is possibly enough damage to Saint Louis that she's gonna go back to port, which will leave the Spanish task force without without a battleship. And we sank one heavy cruiser already. These two might not survive. Sank two heavy cruisers. My own heavy cruisers are now dry. Light cruisers, maybe you want to try using some AP? Unless this thing actually has armor. It does. It's a singular torpedo, that's not too much to worry about. Bajong! You're taking way too much punishment for my liking. So sinking the battleship kind of failed. But I must say, the AI is actually doing a much better job protecting their battleship now by actually sending out all their lighter ships instead of having them clustered around. As one big fat target. Light cruisers, you can actually go to town on the DDs. Is that a battle cruiser firing at DDs? Yes, it is. That's not what you should be firing at. My own DDs are actually in pretty good shape. Could send them back to go for the battleship. They're not that far away. Are we gonna dare doing that? We might attempt. They're taking some flooding, but with the enemy screening force now far away from the battleship, might have a window. Of course, that's it's still possible that the battleship will just sink the DDs itself. Hife is dry. Notting and Wuxi still have some ammo left, and that is, I think, a kill shot on Almirante. Is it not? gonna just have them target the Celadon now. Wuxie's dry nanning has just over one salvo left. Now, I thought that was a kill shot, but it wasn't. Light and heavy cruisers have gotten away. In fact, I think I will detach Beijing, so these two can speed up just a little bit. No, none of those torpedoes hit, which is fine. Almost sank at least almost sank this one. But you know, we've done some damage. No ships lost. Well, no ships lost yet. Because this destroyer squadron has some work to do. Closing in again with the San Luis. It would be a nice trophy. If we could sink it. Where did it go? It's going to be evening soon, which is actually an advantage for my DDs. Because they might not be spotted. Oh, ping on, they do not have torpedoes. I guess maybe not. Well, that's still 10 torpedoes going out from Foshan towards a battleship that I cannot currently see. But it should be around here. If we start getting torpedo hits, we know they hit something. No, they did not hit anything. So, we're gonna end it here. It's not much of a victory, but it's a victory. Sank 2 heavy cruisers and damaged a whole lot of ships. Sadly, not... well, it was damaged, but not too heavily. So, just gonna have to wait until I can get some fresh ships into that area. Speaking of, Let's see what to do with this force now. It says ammo 56%, but that is a lie. That is a dirty lie. Send them down to Cape Town. These ships should be ready next month. But where is... Here we are. That is the Sheen class task force. Gia class battleships, not what I'm looking for. Sheen 2. It's a smaller task force. Where are all my Temus? This is in the Mediterranean. Port Blair. Miruran. They're kind of scattered all around. That is annoying. Where? Port Blair. I'm just going to assemble a fleet here in Bangkok and then send it somewhere. Possibly off the coast of Africa. But we already have a pretty sizable task force heading into the Mediterranean here, consisting of, come on, show me, the Hai Cheng class heavy battle cruisers, which are actually big battleships, but the game says no, they are battle cruisers. But for all intents and purposes, they are battleships. There we go. That's a Temu. Okay, how much over capacity are we now? I want my repairs to go as quickly as possible. These two are already suspended. I don't think they're going to be finished in time for the end of the campaign. Shenzhen, 9 months. Guangdong in Malmö. What are you doing there? So we are only 27,000 tons over capacity. That's not much at all. Moo Deng, 9 months. I want her back in service as soon as possible. The Sheens too in Bombay. Suspend that. There we go. Now all the machines will be finished repairing next month, ready to move out. Excellent. Can I unsuspend this? Or will that? No. That broke the camel's back. Alrighty then. Yeah, here's a bunch of Temus. Alright. I was sure I had 2 full task forces of 4 Temu class ships, but I got 4 here. And another bunch that are scattered all around. Where's the Victoria? By the way. Where is the Italian-built Vittoria? Victoria, in the Caribbean. Kind of forgot I had a task force here that I was supposed to do something with. That's how it goes when you have a big navy. I think I wanted to invade something here or just sink American shipping, but I think I would rather just send this task force here and deal with these huge Spanish task forces, because that's quite a lot of guns. Not very heavy guns, but enough to sink a whole bunch of cruisers, which is ideal. Meanwhile, has the US gotten a sizable navy yet? Not really. I do want a peace treaty with them, but I also want them to have some ships that are worth taking. Like, it would be nice if they could just build a couple of battleships. Then we get a peace treaty, and then I take their battleships. Because I got a lot of victory points. And the war does continue. So, let's see. Undefended port. Nice. Germans. That's a big heavy cruiser. That's gonna be the Graf Spee hull, because I think that's the only German cruiser hull that goes that big. The, I think, advanced armored cruiser or something. Yeah, we can sink this. Should be quite easy. And that looks like a pretty cool ship, actually. So these Temus have taken some damage previously, but at least they are fully stocked up on ammunition. Come on, I'm gonna pause this to do this. Alright. Light cruisers, you can just, again, follow the heavy cruisers. DDs. I got 5 of you. I don't think I will need you, though. In fact, I don't think I will need the light cruisers either. Because we're only fighting 3 ships. And there's no use risking my DDs getting hit by the... I think they had 10-inch guns, those heavy cruisers. Which is certainly enough to wreck a DD. And Mecklenburg is spotting us already. There we are. Let's take a look. It was not the hull I thought it would be. It's still pretty big though. 9 10-inch guns. Decent main armament. Very decent armor. Decent speed. Yeah, all around pretty decent. Expensive though, but still. If I were to take these as war operations after a war, I would need, first of all, I would need a lot of victory points because they are quite expensive. But I don't think I would change too much. Just kind of fiddle with the armor scheme and the secondary layout. Let's see, we're not really in range yet. Drop down to cruising speed already. There we go, we are in range. What kind of surprises? The DD does not have a lot of surprises for us. The heavy cruisers, or the secondaries actually, on my battleships, can easily take care of this before it ever becomes a problem. Also, I think I want you to fire AP, not HE. Because they had just enough armor that AP should be pretty effective. That's not a very good DD. At least it's not too expensive. It's hard to build good DDs as Germany. They got these very bumpy destroyer hulls. Well, except for one of the DD hulls they have, which is just huge. Lots of guns though. Pretty effective gunboat, I think. All the main guns are still focused on the cruisers. Excellent. There we go, getting some flooding hits on the unnamed heavy cruiser. I forget who did it, but someone took the look and the one of the files for the game, and apparently for some reason Germany just does not have a lot of ship names compared to many other nations. There we go, we're getting hits on the DD, which actually has gotten close enough to launch. She did launch. No reloads though. And also the Temus, for all their flaws, they do kind of turn on a dime. Are these electric torpedoes? Yeah, they are. So I will not be seeing them. Luckily, hopefully, my maneuver would have been enough for them to just completely miss, which they will. Still close enough for me to spot them though, but... Mecklenburg is completely undamaged. But this one has taken a lot of hits. There are 2 ships firing at each. I have 3 fire at Mecklenburg and only Hua Long target the one with all the numbers. Cruisers, you can really go home. Your guns cannot really scratch this kind of armor at that kind of range. And it's not as if I need screening. So yeah, each of those cruisers is worth pretty much the same as a Temu class battleship. A little bit less. And they are almost as big. And almost as well armored. Well, better armored in some areas. Just not the main belt and, well, just not the main belt. They actually have thicker deck armor. So yeah, unbelievably chunky ships. In fact, I think I will put one of them on the thumbnail. Kind of looks like a Scharnhorst. I thought it would be the Deutschland class hull, but it wasn't. It's just a very big, very fat Hipper class. With bigger guns. If they had been the Deutschland hull, I would definitely want to take them as war operations, because you can get those up to battleship levels of resistance. Like good battleship levels of resistance, not cheap Chinese battleship levels of resistance. There we go, Mecklenburg finally taking some big hits. She's got 3 battleships firing at her though, so about time. I just hope I can sink them and in due time without spending too many shells. Okay, I think Mecklenburg is gonna sink now. Yeah, she is. So, don't need to hit her anymore. Who knows what kind of task force these Temu battleships will have to be fighting next month. At least I got them to stop firing HE, which would have been a waste. There you go, more flooding hits. More tower hits. Very tough ships. With Cordite 3 and Picric Acid 3, none of them have had flash fires. At least not that I saw. Maybe it happened and I just missed it. Ceasefire. I think this salvo is gonna kill her. There we go. Structural damage. Nice. That's a lot of ammo expended though. But machines should be ready next month. We are winning. Okay. Here we go. Victoria and 2 Temu class battleships have arrived. And there's no battleship in this task force. Yeah, it's the other cruiser task force with all the really big Spanish heavy cruisers. 22,000 tons. Luckily, all of these should be fully stocked on ammunition. 15.6s, 15, 15. Now we got 11-inch guns on these. A couple of 9s. And a squadron of DDs. Perfect. Well, let's go. See what we can do. 13 heavy cruisers. That is a target-rich environment. Let's see. You will join these 4. You will join those 2. Alright. And I will have the slower heavy cruisers just follow the battleships, while the faster ones follow the slower ones. So then, when I need my okay, and there's another one. I missed it. There. So then, when I need my fast heavy cruisers to do some fast heavy cruiser things, they can just move out of line. DDs, well, they don't have any battleships, but they should have a huge cluster of cruisers, so should probably be able to hit something with torpedoes. Your torps are off. Yes, they are. Nice. I'm being spotted first, of course. Victoria is not first in line. But yeah, at least they have... they are fully stocked on ammo. Nice. See? Sometimes I do have ammo on my ships. Not quite in range yet. Let's see. Let's start selecting some targets. They have taken prior damage. All of them. Not sure if that's from minefields or from encountering my other task force. Yes, I know I am masking my own targets now with my DD smoke, but I can just reassign. They have some huge range on those heavy cruiser guns. I could just target torpedoes at an area of ocean and just hope for the best that way. Okay, these DDs now have torpedo range. Well, some of them. These guys are not in range. Yeah, that's just too many cruiser guns to risk getting any closer. Of course, there they go and make themselves visible. Yeah, I don't think those torps are gonna hit much. If I'd waited a little bit more, I could have targeted that group. Yeah, are you all able to get out of here? Hopefully, hopefully. Actually, Victoria on you, Hongzhang on you, and you will all use your secondary guns on the closest light cruiser. These heavy cruisers now all have range. They're big 11-inch guns, which is nice. And these also have range. There we go. Will they be able to get out? Yeah, 33-kilometer range on their cruiser guns. I did score 2 torpedo hits, but yeah, not amazing. 3, 4. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad, but it still would have been better if I could have targeted that group. There's still time though. These 3 are in pretty good shape. Might lose the Shangye. These 3 are okay. Pingu is not okay. She has no torpedoes left. So she's done. Shangye, also no torpedoes left. They gotten blown up. So that still leaves me with 20 torpedoes that I can launch towards the nearest blob of enemy ships, which I will do right now because they have already reloaded. You and you. Or should I spread out a little bit more? Okay, like so then. Let's just get those torps in the water and withdraw these two also. There we go. And my battleships are firing away, as are my heavy cruisers. We haven't sunk anything yet. Enemy might get first blood on Zhangye. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna be sinking stuff soon. This light cruiser, for example, will take a dud torpedo. Yay. Yeah, Zhangye sinks. Not too much to do about that. But we sink a heavy cruiser in return. So I forgot this light cruiser had torpedoes. She may launch them. What kind of armor are we looking at with these heavy cruisers? Decent. Okay, why are you firing HE? You should be saving that HE for the light cruisers. We're targeting heavies now. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, that is much more like it. Enemy light cruiser down. Chuzhou has launched torpedoes. Rapido is not doing too well. The game does not really like all of this action. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and its wonderful optimization. Rapido sinks. Now this is a slideshow. I have to pause to select targets. Let's see. Nuestra Senora Concepcion Regina Regente. No, wait, I'm being dumb. These two should be targeted first. I didn't see them. Let's see. 11-inch armed heavy cruisers. Navarra. Your first target here. Vasconcelos de Balboa. And Isabel 2. You can target that thing. The 9-inch armed heavy cruisers. Let's do 2 on Leon. And you, the first 2, maybe destroyers? Got pretty long range guns. going pretty well. Chuzhou will... oh, I said she was going to launch torpedoes, but the torpedoes just blew up. I think Chuzhou will retreat. It's taking a little bit too much heat now for a light cruiser. Henan also... I should have paid some more attention to you. You've taken a heck of a beating from those 10-inch guns. What kind of pen do these have? Very decent pen, actually. Super heavy shells, yeah, okay. Super heavy shells and only capped. So Henan might not survive this. Should have kept an eye on her and withdrawn her earlier. Navarra will go down though, as will Leon. Yeah, Henan sinks. Unfortunate. But San Geronimo will also sink. And the enemy heavy cruisers are actually more expensive than mine. So I'm trading up here. Navarro is actually gonna just burn to death, by the looks of things. Navarro has gone down. Structural damage. In part thanks to all the fires. Sonora del Pilar. I really have to pause this to select targets, don't I? There you go. Better. Yeah, Leon will also sink. Plus 16% draft though, so quite resistant to sinking. At least, well, it's got some flooding resistance. Leon sinks to heavy flooding. Wow, Gansu, what's been hitting you? You were in pretty good health when I checked up on you just a moment ago when Henan sank. Don't say I'm gonna lose you too. Victoria, that one. I'm gonna save my cruisers here. to land some big battleship shells on this this heavy cruiser before it takes out the Gansu. Did you take a torpedo too? No, you didn't. Just lots of 10-inch hits. No, no, no. I said all three of you. Target that ship in particular. That is threatening my my dear heavy cruiser. You're all targeting it. Still good. Good. Hongshang and Victoria, you can target that thing. Actually, you can target that thing. Uh, 9-inch heavy cruisers are not all completely dry, but most of them are. We're about to be pretty dry. You're better off targeting the light cruisers that they can actually do meaningful damage to. Well, I'm gonna save that cruiser. It's being bullied by Isabel II. If you can just land a couple of battleship shells, that would certainly help. With HE, I think that would be very effective. Yeah, her main guns are now out, so problem pretty much solved. Yeah, that's more like it. Alright, I think we've taken care of most of that enemy task force now. Are the rest of them running away, or I don't know, we got some up here. Yeah, the Jingons are all out of ammo. And the battleships are really slow. So it's pretty much just down to these two. If I want to hunt anything down. There you go. Enemy DDs. Kind of surprised they never even tried to rush my lines. Fletcher. It's like a Fletcher class, but I don't know, British, but Spanish. Guangxi actually has HE ammo still. Hubei only has AP. I think the HE is probably more effective here. Let's see. If we could just land a couple of good shells, then maybe we can take out a DD or two. Is that really all that remains of the enemy task force? Those DDs? If so, then I think we did much better than I expected. I should be able to catch up. They're not the fastest. Yeah, we can even get in range with the secondaries. Secondaries on Ariete. When we close in. Let's see, 14.6 on the 5s. And 17.5 on the 3-inch guns. I had no idea my 3-inch secondaries had that great range. But I guess they do. They're outranging the 5-inch guns. I guess some part of my brain knew it because I made these ships, but still. Are they really worth hunting down though? 89 million a pop? They're not super valuable. What kind of torpedoes do you have? 12-kilometer torps. And they are now all out of main gun ammo, which is all right. So we're letting the secondaries do the work now. And now that the 5s have joined in, we're actually doing some damage. Gonna watch out for those torpedoes. They actually fixed this I don't know, this kind of choppy movement in the last patch. Well, in the previous patch, but now in the current patch seems to be back again. I have no idea why. I don't know, just ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts things. You patch out some problems and you patch in a couple new ones. So the torpedo detonation in the water. Are these underwater torps? Yeah, they are. So they're going to be hard to spot. And there we go. Oh, there they have more ships. One heavy cruiser here. I'm not going hunting. There are some pretty these heavy cruisers are pretty decent. But I'm not going up against them when I have no ammo on my own heavy cruisers. And I just have a feeling they're not going to come close to my battleships. That's a whole squadron though, apparently. A whole squadron of 4. But they are too far away from the battleships. So we're just going to end it here. And that's it for today. Yeah, 4 heavy cruisers remained, and a DD somewhere. I don't know why these 4 just took off, went somewhere else. Yeah, pretty decent ships, these heavy cruisers, I have to say. Only 4 single 10-inch guns, but they did some damage and actually sank one of my heavies and heavily damaged another. But all in all, a pretty nice win. This one we're doing next time. Oh, dang it. That's the brand new task force with the brand new super battle cruisers. And they're being totally wasted just going up against a single light cruiser. But I guess that will be their baptism of fire. Would be nice if these could get up against a proper big enemy task force. Because here I have a lot of big guns with a lot of ammo. So that's just what I've been needing. But I guess they're gonna shoot this one to shreds. But that's for next time. Goodbye, and take care.